Here at Kajun Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it with no problem. I got an offer. I got the dollars. Let me have it, please. I got the dollars. Let them have it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it.
Hello, 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 everyone, and good morning on this hump day. How's everybody doing this morning? I'm going to go through and say, Papa Smurf, you got that pie point today. Hello, hello, and welcome. Passports and pizza pies. How are you doing this morning, Kay? Mark says, hello, good morning, and good to see y'all. Hello, and welcome. Lucky Charms, Wendy, how are you doing this morning? Yes, Cinco de Mayo, and it's hump day. Vintage Baby by Gina. Hello, Gina, good morning, and welcome. There's Mark's challenge tonight. He's doing a premiere when he reached his 2K, so he's doing that challenge, and there's the premiere. Check it out. Make sure you save your reminder on that. Antiques from Karen. How are you doing this morning? Janet, good to see you. James from Mexico. How are you doing? Videoing ants versus cockroaches. The ants are here. Oh wow, you having issues on? You having a video on that? Yes, indeed. Only James. Don't want to kill him. Yeah, I hear that. Flipping goodies. Hello, hello. Good morning and welcome. And the chat just flew on me. A amputee. That's James. Everybody's saying hello. Sandra. Hello. Good morning and welcome. Picky Nikki. Hello, hello. Picky Nikki's telling everybody hello. Sandra. All right. Now, without further ado, I am going to get ready to introduce our guest of the day. You may or may not know this person, but I have met him. He was actually a part of a group of my very first live show. He was my very first guest of the group of 3. And now he is getting to the point where he's getting into a lot of things that you may not know about or want to know about. So make sure you do ask questions in the chat when you see this person, because this is no other than Anthony from Pittsburgh. Hello, hello.
What's up, everybody? Appreciate you having me, man.
I'm glad you were able to come and join us.
Anytime, man. Anything for the Kajun Roots Reseller.
And believe it or not, you, Mama, and Nate were my first guest on the first show I ever did. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Back. Yeah,
that's really awesome, man.
So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. I know there's a few people in here that may not know about you, and during the show, I know we're gonna have a lot of people who are coming in that may not have known you before. I want to say hello again to Two Hip Chicks, Dawn and Mary, and who else just came in? That was it. Okay, so go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you started doing when you did YouTube and what you do now.
Absolutely. So my name's Anthony. My YouTube channel is called Pittsburgh, which it was named that because I'm a picker from Pittsburgh. So like what I do full time for a living is I sell on eBay and other platforms. You know, I do a lot of local sales too, flea markets, you know, Facebook, Instagram, that type of stuff as well. So my channel started based around things I was buying and selling on eBay, you know, kind of, hey, this is what I bought, this is what I sold. Then it evolved more into, hey, let's go thrifting, let's go do storage units and flea markets, that type of thing. And then when the pandemic hit and all of that stuff became really hard to do, like, as most of you guys know, like, it was really hard to go out and do the things we love to do as resellers and as people who sell on eBay full time for a living. So I fell like really hard back into like my card collection and just became super, super obsessed with it. And now the majority of what I buy and sell is sports cards because it's so lucrative. Like, for the example of, you can go, like, what I do a lot is I like to go to a lot of card shops and a lot of like card shows and stuff, and I'll dig through their like dollar boxes and their bargain bins, and I'll find cards that are in really good condition that just might not be super expensive, and then I'll send them in to get graded, and if they come back at 10, you're looking at like 10 times the value. So it can be pretty lucrative whenever you're talking about grading, and especially with the way that the sports card market's kind of erupted over the last year. It's like super hard to keep anything in stock.
All right, so there's the basic start. We have, I'm sure, a lot of questions when it comes to certain things. We'll get into that more into the actual morning show. I want to say hello and welcome to Susanna's Chronicle, Mimicking You Back by Silver. Hello, hello, and welcome each and every one of you. As y'all do know now that Jennifer's in the house, dropping them links already. Good morning, Jennifer. And then, of course, there's Janet. She has gone up in a lot of her videos lately, so if you haven't checked out her channel, definitely check it out. And Blood, Sweat, and Tears, how are you doing? And Leroy, right? I believe.
Yeah, that's Leroy. What up, man?
I'm trying to remember people's names, so it's good to see each and every one of y'all. And so, as y'all know, he was saying that he does cards. He did a lot of sourcing and things like that. If you have any questions for Anthony, especially if you're into sports cards and you have questions in reference to cards are concerned or thrifting, or he also does storage units and things like that, feel free to put the questions in the chat and we'll go ahead and get those answered for you. So, Anthony, what is the best way that you usually get your cards graded, and what is the usual length of time for turnover?
So that varies because, see, there's some people that will only use the main company, which is PSA, which, like, I use them for like anything that's like super high end that I want to get like max dollars for. I'll send to them. But over the last couple months, they've actually shut down accepting any new orders unless you're willing to pay $300 per card to grade it.
Wow.
So like that makes them untangible for anything that you don't have there already until they reopen.
Right.
So there's a lot of other companies on the market where you don't get quite PSA dollar, but you can get your cards back way faster and considerably less than sending there. So I use different companies like CSG. They're the company that is like really famous for being the comic book graders. They just started grading the sports cards now too. So I've been sending a lot of stuff over to them, and right now their turnaround time's 80 days. But I use a couple other companies as well that are considerably faster.
Right. And is there any particular cards that you actually always go towards when collecting cards?
For me, like, I try to stick with any of the players that are like proven, like Hall of Fame type players, because then you know their values aren't going to ever plummet. But the thing I like to do is I like to get a lot of the young rookies, second-year players, and I like to grade them because they're very investable to a lot of guys in the modern market. So they're very liquid for selling. So, for example, like a lot of the cheaper cards that you wouldn't think are very valuable, once you grade them, there's so many people that are looking to buy them. So I try to get a lot of the young guys and send them in, get them graded, and they tend to sell very fast on eBay and whatever platform I put them on.
Right. Now, is there any particular type of cards that you go for as far as any particular sports?
Basketball is the primary one just because of how popular it is right now. But as far as that goes, you can't miss on any of the sports because they're like there's a boom pretty much across the market. But basketball is kind of like the super popular one. Believe it or not, soccer is actually the fastest growing in popularity right now. Yeah, soccer cards, super popular. But yeah, I try to stick mainly to basketball because I know basketball and football kind of the best out of all the sports. So when I'm looking to kind of get maximum value out of it, I kind of know the players to look for. Whereas, like, if you're buying the sealed product, like, say you stop in a Walmart and there's, like, a restock and you can buy the sealed boxes, anybody can buy those and resell those on eBay for, like, 3 to 4x. You know? just because those are in demand. But when it comes to the actual players, it helps like actually knowing the sports a little bit better. And I don't know all of the sports well enough to kind of feel safe spending, you know, X amount of money buying the cards and then grading them too, you know?
Right.
So I try to stick to my wheel.
Gina, key lime kisses. Hello, hello, hello. And then I went back to the one here. Leroy says, congratulations, Anthony, on your health journey. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Leroy. I appreciate that, man.
And also, my next question for you is, I know you're doing cards now. Have you always done collecting cards when you were younger?
I did, yeah. I was a huge collector whenever I was younger. Started collecting Steeler stuff. And then in the mid-'90s, I, you know, went to my first Cavaliers game and I started collecting them right afterwards. Right. And it's just like always continued to today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know you do resourcing with. I want to say hello to a Land Shark Picker. Hello, hello, good morning and welcome. When you were starting already before the cards, you were doing a lot more on reselling, and I do see you lately, within the last couple of months, doing more auctions again. Are you still doing the sourcing? And if so, what are you doing on your sourcing right now because of the pandemic?
So, yeah, I'm still sourcing. Most of the stuff I'm getting now is literally like for a while there, I had so much backstock that literally the only reason I would go thrifting is because like I needed a YouTube video. You know what I mean? Because like I needed no inventory. And I'm still in that like holding pattern just because I have a really tiny house. And already having my basement like allocated for eBay inventory, it made it even tinier. So just the last few storage units I've gotten have like literally overly sourced me. So I have so much stuff. Basically been either doing it through auctions, taking it to flea markets, or, you know, I do like a lot of yard sales whenever it's nice out too in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I remember when you did that one that you had it all lined up on your sidewalk and your stairs and your porch. That was pretty cool, though. When you're doing these auctions, storage auctions, have you been buying any more lately? Or are you kind of pulled back on that?
I haven't in about the last month or two, just because I have too much stuff. But, and also cards have been like, just like flowing lately for me as well. So it's hard to like want to go and break my back moving heavy stuff whenever I can like literally just sit at my desk and deal with stuff that looks like this, you know? Yeah.
Craig says it looks like you have plenty of room behind you. That's his office.
Yeah, I have more room than you think, Craig. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
So on your searching, when you go searching for storage or sourcing, what is the go-to item that you always go to when sourcing? Go-to
item? So it just depends on where I'm going. Typically, if I'm going into a Goodwill, I always head to the electronics first. Like that's always my go-to, just because typically if I can find, you know, like a, you know, VCR DVD recorder or something like that, that could be, you know, $60 to $100 easy. You know what I mean? So like for me, I'm always more prone to go towards things I like and things that I know. So, you know, like collectibles, video games, toys, you know, electronics, stuff like that is kind of what I look for regardless of where I'm at. I'll pretty much pick up anything if I know it's valuable, and you know, I think I can make a buck on it. But I try to stick mainly to the things that like I know pretty well.
And I'll have to ask the next question, because I know when I used to watch you and Nate in the morning when y'all had the morning show, the biggest thing was so funny was every time y'all turned around, you always had that merch fulfilled. Yeah, y'all still do that?
You know, we still do Amazon, but not really on the level that we were, where like the merch fulfill was like taking over our lives. As of right now, honestly, like I've been like mainly doing more eBay and a lot of honestly offline stuff, because the thing with cards is with going to a lot of these shows, there's so many people that want to make large transactions in person so that they cut out like all taxes and stuff that happen through eBay. So like it's just like basically I can take anytime I get a big order back in of like graded cards or whatever, I can literally just stuff them all in a box and head over to a card show, and it's like they're gone. It's amazing.
Are y'all having any kind of card shows in your area anymore right now, or is it all still because of the pandemic?
Yeah, we normally have one in Pittsburgh, I would say at least every other month. And then in Ohio, they have them several times a month. So I try to go out to the ones in Ohio a lot. The ones in Canton are amazing.
Wow. And are you still dealing with plush? Because I know for a while you were doing a lot of plush.
Oh my God, I still have more than enough plush, man. Like I still have an entire corner of my basement allocated just to plush. It's awful. Yeah.
I know I've bought a couple of bags from you before, and I know you've auctioned off a couple of bags, but it was just amazing on how much plush you have. And I was just curious if you still had some.
Yep.
Okay, so if anybody has any questions for Anthony, feel free to ask them in the chat. He does a little bit of everything as far as even sports cards. He talks about grading. If you haven't watched his videos, he even talks about the grading part of it. How often do you do your shows on your channel now? As far as, are you still doing any lives, and is it all pre-recorded?
Yeah. So I typically do 5 pre-recorded videos a week and 2 lives a week. The lives, well, so me and Nate, every day I'm hustling, we still kind of share our lives in a sense. So every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, we do a live sports card auction. So it's either on my channel or his channel. So last week it was on mine. So this week it's on Nate's channel. And then on Saturday, we typically switch back and forth with like a live stream Saturday evening. However, this weekend, it's going to be a different day because we're going to Cleveland for a meetup and or card show this weekend. Oh,
okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be awesome.
So again, if you're not subscribed to Anthony, the information is in the description bar below. The reason I had asked him to come on today is because I was trying to fill up some dates, and I reached out to him because he was one of my first guests when I first started doing lives, and so I wanted to bring him back. We do have a question. What's the best easy to store listed plush?
My favorite way to do listed plush is so you can get generic ones like off Amazon or eBay or something like that, but the bags that IKEA has, not the open ones, but they're big like that. They're a little bit larger, but they zipper closed. So you can fit probably 2 tubs, like 2 of those like Rubbermaid tubs worth of plush into like one of those bags. And the nice thing is like they're compact, they can fit on shelves. So I typically do that with my plush. And, you know, I'll just take like a Dymo label, slap it on the side with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many bags I have. And then that way I'll just in my listing somewhere put, you know, PB8. So it's in plush bag 8. Right. So that's typically how I do it. It keeps all dust, dirt, all that stuff out because I keep it in the basement. So for me, that's kind of important. And it can get damp down there as well. So it protects from that also.
I was going to grab them, but I forgot it's still full from this weekend. That I didn't get a chance to get through my estate sale that I used. But anywho, for me, when I do plush, once it's listed, I put them in the suffocation bags and I seal it, and then I have it in a tote. It's one of the larger totes, and all my plush in that tote. I looked up and didn't see Johnny and thought he fell over. I was gonna go grab a zipper bag, and I forgot it's still full from this weekend. So yeah, it's basically a larger size, a regular size IKEA bag. But what's nice about it is it zips from end to end, and it does sit flat. So that's what's good about those type of bags. As far as when you're doing it, and I know you haven't had any much luck lately because of what's going on in the pandemic and all, and not good in your area. Have you been able to go out and sourcing lately?
Yeah. We're still having like, I mean, the people that feel comfortable at least are still having yard sales and, you know, still going to the flea markets. The flea markets haven't been as big here in Pennsylvania, but in Ohio, like they were still, you know, roaring, you know, like it's crazy. Like just the difference between like the way Pennsylvania and Ohio kind of treated the pandemic. It was like Ohio like heated like all COVID stuff, but like they were open for the most part. Whereas like Pennsylvania for the first however many months, I couldn't even get a storage unit here. You know what I mean? Like we literally for the first several months had to drive to Ohio just to do storage units because like nothing was open here.
Right.
So But yeah, I mean, luckily I live close enough to where I can get to West Virginia in 45 minutes. I can get to Ohio in 45 minutes from, or at least the edge of the states. Yeah. Pittsburgh's like right in like the bottom corner of Pennsylvania. So I can get to like the top part of Ohio or I'm bad with directions, but I can get to Ohio or West Virginia real easy. So there would be times I'd have to do that just to be able to, kind of get by.
Right. So are you able to go out and then sourcing and buy? Are you still buying a lot of the storage auctions, or is there any more going on right now in your area?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch going on now. That's one thing that kind of happened is with everything being shut down, there was a lot of people that just had like extra grace from the pandemic to like keep their storage lockers. So like now there's a lot of lockers going up, from the grace that kind of ran out on, those people's lockers and stuff. So yeah, there's tons of stuff going on right now. Honestly though, what is my best card score?
So that was a specific question too.
Like monetarily wise or like coolest wise? Because I mean, monetarily wise, like it's always like lucrative to go find like, an entire shelf of cards at the store and be like, boom, that's like thousands of dollars on eBay right there. You know what I mean? And it's just like dumb luck. You walk in, it's like, boom, money. But like coolest wise, I was at a yard sale and I was so mad this day because literally all you see, I'm wearing a blue sleeveless shirt and I walk up to this yard sale and I'm filming like this. You know what I mean? Like I'll just hold my phone like this while I film. And I had the thing flipped the other way around. So I must have touched it with my thumb.
Reverse the camera.
And flip the camera. So the entire time, like literally, this is the best card haul I've ever had in my life. I buy this guy's entire collection. There's Joe Montana rookies in there. Like literally every single Pittsburgh card that I wanted was there. And the entire time, like it's filming my stomach. Yeah. And like all you see is just like blue shirt bouncing into the screen. The whole time. I was so mad at myself.
Well, this is like recently, or is this something but when you first started?
What the
camera situation?
Oh yeah, no, that was probably about a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
I was gonna say that was really
the summer right before the pandemic. So maybe is that 2 years now? Whenever that was, the summer right before the pandemic.
2021, yeah.
James says, is that the guy that wanted to fight you? Yeah, actually, I found it was a box, kind of like so this box right here has 2 rows. I found a box like this with 5 rows inside of the Goodwill bins one time. And the only problem was it was dumped over and all the cards were like scattered. So like I ran over and I grabbed the 5-row box and I started like throwing all the cards in there, and they were all like older basketball rookie type cards and stuff like that. And there was some old guy that there's like rules you're not allowed to go in other people's carts or to touch other people's stuff.
Right.
So or take from their cards. So he was going and he was knocking stuff out of my 5-row box as I was putting it in there so that he could pick it back up out of the bin and put it in his cart. So I'm like, dude, knock it off. You know what I mean? So like, long story short, like I had the bulk of the cards and this guy like wanted to fight me over it.
Wow. So James says, what was the profit wise on a card that you ever had? And then
profit wise, I would say probably profit wise, most likely just buying cards at retail and just flipping them on eBay. Because then, like, literally there's no risk in them. And sometimes you can sell them before you even leave the store because they're that popular if it's the right set. Right. But, I mean, I've bought in cards, like, over the last year. Like, for example, I bought into Luka Doncic's rookie card, when it was still, like, around $100. That card's worth about $1,300 now. That's even with the market being a little bit down.
And then, of course, you also said the coolest wise, separate from the other one.
I mean, my favorite card I've ever bought is LeBron James rookie card, but that's because I'm a huge Cavaliers fan.
Right.
But that's one I'm like technically keeping for myself.
Okay. Also want to say hello and welcome to Donna's Diamonds and Reds Outpost Miss Sharon. Pittsburgh, do you have a football team?
Of course we did. Steelers.
Picking Nikki says, I bought a whole basket of unopened packs of sports cards and wrestling cards and at a yard sale for $20 Saturday. Better to list them unopened packs or open them and look and see what's the high dollar cards?
It would really just depend on what set it is. There's some cards too, or some sets that don't like hit real well either. Like, so if you open it, the likelihood of you getting a good card are lower. So those are some things I look into before opening a card. The nice thing is, like, if you are opening the cards and you get a really good one and then you send it in to get graded, then you're talking about really big money. So there's actually bigger money in grading, but the bigger money is in just flipping it sealed if it's a good set.
Right. And again, if anybody has any questions for Anthony, whether it's storage units, sourcing, sports cards, collectors cards, whatever the case may be, that's what he specializes in. So you're more than welcome to put a question in the chat and we'll get it done. It's a gamble. You're right about that.
It's definitely a gamble, especially with the quality of some of their cards that come right out of the pack. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen cards come out damaged all the time. You know, so even if you do get a good card, sometimes it might be damaged right out of your pack.
Right. Now, I have a question for you on that when it comes to opening. If you do decide to open them, and I've seen different videos. I have watched some that put on gloves, some don't. What is the best thing to do when you are opening up these cards?
It really depends on if they're chrome cards, you know what I mean, like to where they can smudge. It's best to wear gloves. I always keep one of these on my desk. It's a microfiber cloth. And this will clean them off really good. So most of the time, I don't wear gloves unless like I'm getting ready to send something in for grading, and I'll do that just to make sure it's perfectly clean before they get it. Because if you send a card in for grading and it has like your fingerprint on it, they'll knock it down like a grade just because it's dirty. They won't wipe it off.
Right. And what's the best way to send it in to get graded? Should you put it in a specific container or something when sending it?
Yeah, typically you want to either put it in a top loader or a card saver. So a top loader is just like one of these things. It looks like this. You know, you just slide the card down inside of it. And let me see if I think I have a card saver here. Card saver looks like this. Nice thing about card savers is it's very tight, so the card won't move at all. It hugs it on all corners.
Oh, okay.
So, like, for example, if you were to send it in this, the card can slide around and it can come out. That's why I keep, like, any cards that are good of mine, I'll keep them in, like, a little team bag in here so they can't slide.
Right.
So that's typically how you want to send them in one of those two methods. What I typically – sorry about that.
I want to say hello real quick to Buying Spaces, Mara, Paul Antonelli, and Fishing and Picking. Hello, good morning, and welcome.
What is up, guys?
Pickin says, I have a couple of Tony Hanson's wrestling cards. Are they still worthless?
Unfortunately, yeah. I don't think the hobby is really really taken on to that guy yet. Unfortunately, I'm going to have a one of one of his.
Is this what you're talking about? One of these?
Yep.
Signed?
That's awesome.
As you see, it is still on my shelf. My little back wall support wall here.
So Chandra says, if I couldn't sell sports cards, what would be my biggest selling favorite item to sell? Video games. Because video games is like my second favorite thing.
He said he just sent it to the PSA. It will increase the value.
Yeah, I just sent one to Pure Graded X. They're a brand new grading company. Actually, I just had an interview Monday on my channel with the two guys who own the company. But they do like custom labels and everything. So I'm like real excited to get it back.
Cool. Paul says, I've never gotten one of them before. Well.
Oh, I got you, Paul. I got you. I actually, the funny thing was I bought every single one that they had left with this old wrestling promotion. So I got exactly this many people left.
Wow.
This is literally all that remains that was ever printed on this card. But I got you, Paul. Just remind me because I will totally forget.
Yeah. I had to send him a message one day because I bought some sports cards from him when they were doing an auction, and he said I'm going to include one of these. Well, I get it. He goes on vacation. I get the package, and I don't have that card. I'm looking for that card. Oh, I'm gonna send it to you. So he did. So yeah, he does take care of that.
Yep. And I will forget it, as Johnny has proven. You know the funny thing, I have one of those cards I've been meaning to send out to a buddy of mine, Frank, for like 2 weeks, and it's been sitting here on my desk, and I literally lost where I put my stamps. So that's literally the only reason that one hasn't gone out. But yeah, so like I have every intention to get these cards out. I promise I do.
Now I do have a question. Now that you're talking about mailing and shipping and the stamps. Do you recommend? You know how they just started with eBay doing those new folder envelopes for cards. Yep. I did notice. I was watching Lonnie one day where he was actually showing how he just got them in, and he went online to kind of show where to get it from, and there was a whole new size, a little bit smaller than what he's got because those are pretty big. Do you use those to ship those out? And if you do you use that new program they have with the shipping for cards?
I don't. I use bubble mailers on anything, bubble mailers and cardboard on anything that's over $20 that's like more valuable. And then on anything that's like cheap, like I don't spend the extra money to protect like a sub $20 card. Right. So literally what I do is I just grab and I'm going to cover up their address, my address, but I just grab one of these little white envelopes, stick it in there, lick it shut, stick the standard envelope thing over it.
Right.
Sorry about that. And then I've been with every card order, I've been throwing one of these in there too, since I figure if they're buying sports cards, they probably enjoy sports card stuff. So I give them a little advertising for the channel.
That's your card?
Yep. Just bought that to kind of stick in with every card purchase.
I also want to say hello to little Debbie. Hello, welcome. I know that I saw Jennifer put your other channel in the chat. Talk a little bit more about that for those who may not know.
Sure.
About Flipping Hope that we do on every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern.
Sure. So Flipping Hope's a channel that I do with Hip Flippin' Mama, and it's a Bible study we do every single Tuesday at 12. And we also are going to be doing some like live church streams as well. We did one last week. This week I'm going to be out of town, so we probably won't do it. But that's probably something that we'll start to incorporate a little bit more over there as well. But it's just real cool. It's like a nice little family. We get together, we read the word, we pray for each other, hang out. So everyone's welcome, regardless of your background or what you believe or whatever.
Now, aren't you, or are you still a pastor or ordained?
Yeah. I actually have 2 credentials, one with the Assemblies of God and just one that's a non-denominational. That's
a little known facts if you didn't know about it, about Anthony. Paul says, that's exactly how I send my cards on the $10 white envelope with only 51-cent label.
Yep.
There you go. Hello, Philly Flipper Paul. Hello, good morning and welcome.
I find most people are perfectly cool with this. You know what I mean? They just want their card cheap.
Right. But do you find that most of the people that you're sending them to, are they having any trouble? Are you using that new program at all, even if you're sending them through the card program? Or do you even use that?
Yeah. I use standard envelope on everything that qualifies for it. And then there's some, like yesterday, I had a guy get a hold of me. He's like, hey, this is not cost $4 to ship this. Can I get the standard envelope? And I was like, oh yeah, my bad, man. I forgot to change that one. Yeah. So yeah, I try to do everything that I can possibly with standard envelope on standard envelope, because I've noticed that a lot of those cards that were literally just sitting in my store for like 6+ months that were cheap ones, people just didn't want to pay more for shipping than the card was actually worth.
Well, that's understandable, yeah.
Once I was able to start lowering it, and honestly, I just lowered it to a flat $1 and people were still happy with that. You know what I mean? And I'm making like 49 cents like for myself per transaction.
Right. Also, Jennifer dropped the other link that you do with Nate, his partner in crime. And if you haven't checked out their channel, they used to do the morning show every morning at 10 o'clock. Now they do their shows on the weekends and they rotate per channel. So, and that's what they did in the morning too as well. But there is Nate's channel. It's called Every Day I'm Hustling. Check that out as well, because they rotate on every weekend for their lives that they do on the weekends. The standard envelope tracking isn't perfect, but it has been a lot better than the people have think. Okay,
I only had one issue with it,
but
yeah, I had one card that didn't track right. But other than that, like I haven't had any issues. Luckily, it was only a $4 card.
So when you're doing that, or you do it on the listing as far as adding that to the shipping section, or how do you do that?
Yeah. So essentially, I just set up a new shipping policy for eBay standard envelope, and I just had it to like charge a flat dollar. So anything I just go through, and when I'm selecting my options now for shipping, I just select eBay standard envelope, and it'll automatically just put it in for $1, and it'll still ask me the weight and dimensions and stuff like that. So I normally just put 1 ounce.
Now, do you ever have multiple orders per person that you may have to? Do you ever have to put the insurance on it, other than what they give you if you have to do priority?
For the standard envelope, I haven't had to, but I have put extra insurance on like anything I send out that's graded that comes in like a slab like this that can't crack or something like that. If it's like above $100 or something like that, I'll probably get it insured, because I had a Zion Williamson optic that I sold about a year ago, and the slab cracked. So I basically had to eat the return on that one, and it lost a lot of value.
Right.
So, that's always something to be mindful of.
So when that happens, do you have to go back and get it again, or you just leave it as is?
You could leave it cracked, or you could just resubmit it they call it reholdering, but you basically have to you get charged the fee again and wait however long it takes.
Let's see. Question, or does Pittsburgh has messed with junk cards by Pittsburgh, have you messed up with junk cards by making them validate defaced cards?
I haven't, no, but that's not a bad idea to do some stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool.
What is that? What is that?
I'm guessing he means like just like make them like artsy or something. Is that what you mean? Like
the junk cards?
Unless I don't know. I know a lot of people that have used a lot of like junk wax type cards that are not valuable for like art projects and stuff like that. If that's
wow. Pammy, hello, and welcome. By the way, Pammy is the holder championship of the Hall of Dollar Money in Motion. Come out tomorrow to see. Hopefully Pammy can make it, because then we'll see if it's going to be either Pammy that keeps the championship title, or will Lucky Charms Wendy take it from her. That will hopefully happen tomorrow. We have finished round 3, did start round 4, but we still have to go back and have the championship title held, either with Pammy keeping it or Lucky Charm taking it. So we'll see what happens hopefully tomorrow.
Hey, Steven.
Good morning, Steven. Good. How are you doing? So if anybody has any questions for Anthony, go ahead and put them in the chat. Also, don't forget to drop your links to your channel so that everybody can check to see if they're still subscribed to you, and or that you can just make sure that you have the notification set for them. All right, I offer all junk era cards as a variation listing. People are buying the single all the time for a complete set.
Yep, there's a lot of people that will complete sets too. So
go for the cash.
That's a good idea.
Also, speaking of going to the cash, of course, the winner, Lucky Charms Wendy, will have her choice of either a T-shirt and or a coffee mug, the 15-ounce. Also, by the way, I don't know if y'all saw the notification I put out this morning by request of others asking me to bring on a new item. I did put it out, and it is on the eBay store. Here's the link for the ladies who asked me for a woman's T-shirt. I could not get one that had multiple colors of a V-neck, but I did get the women's unisex U-shaped neck. So that way you can check that out. There's the link for that. And I need to make sure Wendy gets her choice, because she was the winner. Let's see, Johnny, what it says here. I have to take my daughter tomorrow to the doctor at 12. I should be back by 2-ish. Okay, good. Because we can start that off if you're in the chat. We can start that off first thing on the show Thursday. Tomorrow. And again, it's at 3 p.m. Eastern. Hello, Nikki Loves Knacks. Hello, and welcome. I was definitely watching some video or something, and she was in a chat with her husband was in the chat, and he actually spelled it out to tell me exactly this is how she actually pronounces it. I'll never forget when she first started coming in the chat, I kept saying Nikki loves snacks. Or Love Shack.
I would have thought it was
Love Shack. And then I have to read it again saying it was Love Snacks. Then next thing you know, it's actually Nikki Loves Knacks. So yeah. Early Bird, the flipping sports guy. Oh, he's telling everybody good morning. So anyway, yeah, make sure you put your links in the chat. Also, make sure you subscribe to Anthony. I do have all that information in the descriptions below. Good morning, Marcy. How are you doing this morning? Video on the smoke shop. Marcy, Paul's link. Paul has a morning show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I think it's at 10 p.m. now, 10 a.m. So that's right. Love Snacks Shack. Yeah, I used to say Love Shack when she first came in the chat. Good morning, Kevin from Never Ending Saga. Hello,
What's up, Kevin? Yeah, you get a rare Pittsburgh appearance.
I saw him right here. Early bird, that's Rafa. Hello, good morning, and welcome. And I'll get back with you again. I know you've been pretty busy reaching out to me, so thank you, and I will get back with you on the topic we've been talking about. Let's see here. Everybody's saying hello. Good morning. Good question. What are your thoughts on Top Shots? Have you done much with them?
I think it's cool. I actually haven't done much Top Shot. I want to try it though. I've been watching Thrift Beast.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing a lot of Top Shot stuff, so he's got me intrigued. Him and Tim over the years. So they did a live that they were both ripping packs of it, and I was like, yeah, I kind of want to try it. But I haven't tried it.
Actually, what is it? What is it?
So basically, what Top Shot is, it's like a NFT, which is it's like cryptocurrency, but basketball packs at the same time. So you're opening up moments of like NBA players, like maybe hitting game-winning shots or doing something that's substantial. And each one of the moments is numbered, and each one is a different rarity. And the more rare it is, the more expensive it is. But you got guys opening up $8-9 packs, like selling moments for like thousands of dollars. It's crazy.
Wow. Paul has a question for you. Walmart has tons of new Topps 2021 cards on the shelf the other day, and are they not just appealing? Are they just not appealing?
I think the problem is, like, right now, most of the people are looking for either Prism basketball or Select football or Optic football. Those are kind of like the really hot sets right now. And with a lot of basically the stores limiting people on what they can have, most of them are just kind of opting for the more higher end sets, most likely, in my opinion.
Okay. And by the way, everybody's been noticing how you've been losing weight, and you're looking good. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I just noticed something in the chat, so that's why I looked to my other monitor right here. This is a friend of mine from New Orleans, Louisiana, James Garcia. Hello, and welcome. Good to see you, James. Hope everything's going well with you in Louisiana. Virtual Portfolios bought 85K yesterday. Oh, wow. Good.
What's up, Stacy?
Probably restock today. Yeah, I never got into those cards at Walmart because it seemed like every time I would try to go there, they never had any on the shelf. So I guess it was just not meant for me to buy them. That's the way I look at it. I'm trying to think. Stacy. Hello, Stacy. Good morning and welcome. I'm trying to remember people's names, and I just brain freezed on that one. But I got you. Yes, today is Cinco de Mayo. Having a reseller show at 5 o'clock on my channel. Oh, cool, Stephen. Congratulations. So again, if you have any questions for Anthony, go ahead and ask him in the chat. And at this time, I'll go ahead and drop the link to the chat for anyone who may want to come in and join the live show and have any questions, or you want to promote your channel as well and have questions for Anthony, and you can ask him then while you come on in. So is there anything that you would recommend for, say, for example, we do have some people in the chat who are kind of new at doing cards or thinking about going into cards, or trying to figure out things where they're just starting out. What would you recommend them do as far as where to source for those type of cards? And what would be the best cards to source for?
Honestly, in my opinion, the best places to kind of find the best deals are places that we're already going. Yard sales, flea markets, like those, you'll find them the cheapest there.
Right.
But other places you can go are card shops. And anytime you see card shows, I know a lot of the card shops around my area, if there's going to be a card show, they get cleared out by a lot of the vendors going and picking up a lot of their, cheaper singles and stuff to take them out and just mark them up and resell them. So those are great avenues as well. One thing I really suggest, though, if you want to get into cards more so than just flipping the sealed product, know the product a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, so like the sport. Like if it's basketball, kind of know basketball, you know what I mean? Or if it's football, know football, you know what I mean? Like if you kind of know, you can kind of get through. But when you really know, like the demographic and the players and stuff, you can make the most money, because then you can kind of start to prospect. This guy has a ton of potential. I've seen him play. I know he's going to do this. So I'm going to send him in for grading, because I know next season when I get it back, it's going to be really expensive, you know? So that helps. If you don't know that, again, you could just stick to the sealed stuff, because you don't need to know anything except for, hey, let me scan this barcode and see if it sells on eBay. Yeah. Right. So, Yinzer Picker, what is up, my man? I don't know if you know what a Yinzer is, Paul, but somebody who's from Pittsburgh is a Yinzer.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
he started coming in the chat yesterday. I was reaching out. He had reached out to him again through, I want to say it was Instagram. And we were talking back and forth because he's fairly new in the community. And yesterday we got him up pretty high on his sub count. And then he woke up this morning and it was down a little bit. So I kind of gave him a little bit more word of encouragement to remind him it's going to happen no matter how high you go in the subs, because that happens. So always keep up at getting into chats, talking with people in chats, so that way you get to know them and kind of react with some of the live chats to get your name out there. It will happen. So don't get discouraged. It happens to all of us.
You're a Yinzer, man. I had to go sub to you.
That's right.
There you go. There's one more, man.
There you go. And there's Jennifer. Just dropped the link for him. Paul says we'll be going to the Philly show, Valley Forge, in June. Now that will finally restart them. So are they starting them in June? The Philly show, Valley Forge in June. Do you know anything about that?
I'm not sure. Philly's on the other side of the state for me, so it's about 5 hours. So that's how I became a Cavs fan, because they're like only 2 hours from me.
Close, when you know, you know.
What part of the world are you from, bro?
Should I do any research on sports cards? I would do research on sports cards. Okay, I misread that. I'm sorry.
Yep, good call, Steven.
Yeah. Now, what about, I know you do a lot of different sports cards, and I know you do more basketball or some football. What about ice hockey? I've been hearing a lot of mixed thoughts on that.
You know, it's real regional with hockey. You know what I mean? It's real popular in Canada. Pittsburgh, you can do well with hockey cards if you're doing them local too. You know what I mean? Because people are nuts about the pens here. But, you know, in a lot of places in America, hockey is just not very popular. Right. You know what I mean? So, and really beyond, you know, America and Canada, it's not like a super popular global sport. So I think that's why basketball and soccer are growing at the speed they are, is because they are global, and basically it's like anywhere in the world there's, you know, at least some form of league playing those sports. Whereas like, you know, hockey and American football, it's kind of more of like a regional type thing.
Right. Also want to say hello and welcome to just saw Perfecting Pearls come in, and Larry Without One. He's finally got a new video out coming out. There's the link to it. It's on St. Louis Record Show. Oh, cool. Let's check that out and set my reminder. Where did I see it at up here? Here it is. Let me set my reminder on that one. And again, the link, I didn't even pin it. Lord Jesus, I'm slacking this morning. Where did I put it?
Early bird. Good to see you, man.
I'll go ahead and pin that.
The sub, my man.
And yes, I am sub to you. Okay, so let me set my reminder for this one and watch it in my playlist, because that's what I do a lot. When I catch channels of links in the chat, I'll put them in my watch list so I can watch them in the morning when I'm working. Let's see here. Thank you, guys. You're more than welcome. You are all subbed. There you go. Check out. Make sure you subscribe to them. If not,
thank you, Misha. I appreciate that. Still got a long way to go, but I'm getting there.
Garbage cans, back garbage cans.
Jimmy! What up, man?
Larry. Steve said we'll be going this weekend to the hockey sports show. Well, that's good. They're starting to have a lot of these different shows now coming back. Paul says 5 p.m. today, swap meet. Oh, so it's at 5 now. I thought it was at 6. 5, ASD, and more. Julie, Susanna, and me. Okay, cool. Wait. Okay. Mary, everybody's saying hello to each other. Then we have just sub to Pittsburgh. There you go. What sports are popular? The Wussy sports are popular? What is that? I don't know what that is.
I think he means the ones where you're not like smashing each other.
Oh,
Like
okay.
football and hockey. Yeah.
Anthony, you're looking well. Hello, Misha. Good morning. Hello and welcome. What's up, Jimmy in the house? Soccer, basketball, baseball, football. I stick with the little non-sport stuff. There you go. That's Jimmy in the house. What's up, Jimmy?
Yeah. Speaking of the non-sport stuff, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you find any early 90s Marvel Universe cards, they are extremely valuable right now.
Really?
And I know this because I cry a little bit inside every time I think of them, because like 2 years ago, I sold them for like $0.25 a piece at Rogers Flea Market. I had an entire booster box of them. Yeah. Nobody wants these crappy Marvel cards. Like, they're so cheap looking. Like, I put them on for $0.25 a piece. Some dude came by, bought my entire box.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good morning, Patrick, the man with the voice.
They're super valuable now.
And that's when you really want to kick yourself in the butt when that happens, huh?
Yep.
Good job on Larry's wrench announcement. Larry's wrench. Did I not give him wrench? I'm lost. I thought I did. I got to go back and check. I think I did. Yeah, I don't see nobody in gray, so.
I'm pretty sure you let them have it.
Yeah, no problem. I love it. Every time I'm watching y'all show with Mama, y'all get the cracking up. She's like, I don't like to say that, and she still says it, though. Yeah. I got some 94 Marvels, I think. Ooh.
Nice. That's awesome.
Let's see. Steven says, I'm keeping on my cards a while. Johnny, it's that time for the thing. Okay, Sandra, let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. I'm trying to remember where you sent it to me at. Are we going to be doing a drawing today? I need to find out. Sandra, how would you like to do that? It's up to you. Let me know. If not, I'll just do it. Let's see. Let me pull it up first.
So while you're pulling that up, there's a question by Patrick here. About the Marvel cards. He said, do you send them to get graded? If so, suggestion. Yeah. So what I would suggest is probably PSA for that. On my channel, I do group submissions every month for CSG and a couple other companies. I haven't been doing PSA personally because every day I'm hustling Nate. He does group submissions for them, and I just didn't want to step on his toes. But for Marvel, since they're so valuable, I'd probably go to PSA. So if you know Every Day I'm Hustling, actually, you know, let me grab you a link. So we have a Facebook group he and I share for our group submissions and stuff. His name's Nate Dizzy in there. If you would want to send it to PSA, you literally just hit him up in there and he'd send it for you. But what I would do is I would personally wait till July when they reopen, because it's probably not worth sending at the $300 rate. I would just wait for them to have like regular pricing again. I'm doing another group submission on June 7th for CSG. If you would want anything, if anybody would want anything to go there, I actually do like live streams where I go over and I pre-grade the stuff. And I actually just upgraded equipment too. So I actually have this. I'm going to try to link this into my computer as well. So I will see any defect like in the exact same way the PSA or any grading company will, because this is a high-powered microscope. I think it goes up to 1000x. So typically I've been doing it by eye with a magnifier and stuff like that. So this is going to take, like right now, the group submissions have a 55% gem rate, which means 55% of every card I send gets a 10, a gem mint 10, or like if it's a Beckett, a 9.5, which is their 10. So this, I'm hoping, will keep that number even higher. So
I want to say hello and welcome to Roy Horizon Picks. Hello, good morning and welcome. Awesome. Thank you. He says, thank you. Roy, everybody's putting their links in. Johnny, 3 sets, 3 winners. 3 sets, 3 winners. I will ship. Okay.
What's up, Chris? Good to see you, man.
Each set is going to have a set of 3. So you got 3 winners. Okay. Kajun Reseller. Hello, Chris. Is that crazy card guy? Hey, Anthony. You missed it earlier. He was talking about all that plush he's got still left.
I do, Chris. It has your name on it, bro.
Yes, it does.
Rods and Picks in the house. What up, man? Good to see you.
Let's see here. I'm going to pull this up because I have someone who wants to do a giveaway, which y'all know in the chat. That is Sandra. She tells me that she's got 3 sets of these. So we're going to do 3 different winners. Let me get this together here. Give my purchase to Kajun. Oh, yeah, we got it, Kevin. We took care of it. Thank you. And thank you so much, Kevin. We're going to be doing that for actually something to do with the bingo. Let's see here. When I say the word go in the chat, and Anthony, you're more than welcome to do this as well because you don't know what's going on yet.
Cool.
I'm just trying to get this ready because this is something that Sandra has been talking to me about. She sent me some pictures, so I can definitely show you what it is, and she will do all the shipping. You just need to make sure you fill out a form for me. If I don't have your form already, I'll basically know who and who we don't. I'll let you know if you need to fill it out, especially if you filled out one for either the auction or the bingo. It doesn't matter which one. Anthony just put the link in for the group. There's the link. All right, when you see the word go in the chat, I'm going to write down some numbers. Let me get my ink pen here. All right, we're going to do 3 giveaways. In the chat, when you see, let me do this. All right. I'm going to show and share my screen. So this is what you're actually going to be winning. And this is coming from Sandra. She wants to give back to the community for everything that we do for her. And so she did send me the message asking me if I would do this today on the morning show. And this is what you're playing for. These are a pack of 3. These are some hand sanitizer wipes. Do not put any numbers in until you see the word go in the chat, please. So if you have a number in the chat, just go ahead and remove it. Thank you. And what this is that she's got 3 sets. So we're going to do 3 different types, 3 different numbers. So in the first one, you're going to get, this is the different packs that she has. These are individually packs of hand wipes, sanitized wipes. So when you see the word go in the chat, Wendy is 1 away from 200. I thought we got it to 200 yesterday. We have 34 in the chat, so let's do 1 through 40. 1 through 40. When you see the word go in the chat, go ahead and type your numbers in and not until before you see the word go. And then put your numbers in only one time and one time only. If you put your number in and somebody else has that number before you, please retract it and put another number in. 1 through 40. Let's see here. I'm just getting all this ready so I can do it 3 times. Make sure everybody gets a chance to put a number in and only one time. And if you see the number you already put in, please retract yours and put a new one in, please. All right, does everybody have their numbers in? All right, we'll still have some more people that haven't put numbers in yet. Remember, I'm going to be taking the number of the closest without going over. And while I'm thinking of this, let me get the form.
I'm going to have to approve of that Pittsburgh number there, Yinzer Picker. Jerome Bettis.
Okay. Do we have everybody's numbers? Did everybody put their numbers in? You're going, this is, Sandra's giving these away to everyone. There's 3 packs. So we get 3 times a chance to see if you win a pack. If you win it once, then we wait till the others to have a chance. Hello, Love Hollis, and welcome. Right now we're picking numbers 1 through 40. Only one number once. And if you have somebody else's number that you put in the chat, it was already in the chat, we just ask that you retract it and put a new number in, please. So you do have a chance to win. So go ahead and put a number in the chat, 1 through 40. Make sure no one else has that number before you put it in, please. And I'm picking the number that does not go over. Early bird picker, you need to change your number. 5 is out there. So check to make sure no one picked that number yet, please. 22 has already been picked. So who was that one? Southern Vintage Picker, hello, welcome. And you need to change your number because that 22 is already out. Going back and check the numbers. Actually, Wendy, you need to change yours too because your number 22 was already picked before you. Perfecting Pearls had 22. 21. Did I say 21 somewhere else? I'm just trying to be fair to everybody, give a different number. All right, go ahead and stop. Let's see. Where did I see the number without going over? Did Early Bird, you change your number yet? All right, you did. Or did you? 23 was, where did he go? Weak signal. If you have a chance, well, I'm going to go ahead and stop. I already put the word stop in the chat. So the number for this round was number 6. Number 6. And that one goes to James because he was the closest without going over. He had, let me get into the chat itself. Where was it? Where did it go? Oh, in the number. There you go, right here. He had 5. He was the first one to put 5. So that goes to James. All right. Now, we'll do this again on this package. Again, we're doing another one. Do not type in any numbers until you see the word go in the chat, please. Not until you see the word go in the chat. So if you have a number in the chat, it won't count until after the word go in the chat appears. Make sure if you put a number in the chat that no one above you has it. If you do, please retract it. So that person, you can change your number that somebody doesn't have that number. We're going to be going to the number without going over. And I'm going to put Kevin in the StreamYard while waiting. There we go. Welcome, Kevin.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, we hear you.
Hello.
All right, let's see here.
Who's that sexy guy on your panel?
Oh, we can stop. That is Anthony. Pittsburgh.
Where's the other half of him?
That's it. That's what you see.
That's not Anthony.
Do I see the number?
Trying to lose a little bit more of me.
Let's see here. Let me go back and see if I see it.
Do you care to share your number, or is that private?
No, I'm still looking right now.
No,
I saw it, but I don't.
I'm talking about Anthony's number.
What do you mean, like my weight?
Yeah.
Or,
no,
right?
your loss.
Oh yeah, I'm up to about 77-ish pounds, somewhere in that round. Yeah.
How?
Honestly, I've just been doing keto, a little bit of DDP yoga, but
keto again.
I eat mass quantities of bacon and I lose weight. It's awesome.
Just bacon?
I mean, I eat other meats and stuff, but like I eat a lot of bacon. Like,
I'll pick the numbers 1 through 40.
Someday someone will tell me it's Oreos.
Welcome. I also see Rev Resell in the house. What's up, Dave? Where did it go? Marion's in here. Hello, Marion. Rhodes and Birdies. Hello, and welcome. I see you first time in here. Thank you. 1 through 40, once and one number only, please.
No, James. She's not in the chat. She can't get it, James. I'm calling shenanigans.
Yeah, come on over, Cajun. I was just telling my buddy's wife yesterday. I was like, she was saying like, you need to tell me like how you're doing this. I said, honestly, I'm eating a lot of bacon. She said, bacon? I said, yeah, I'm like literally eating a package of bacon a day. It's awesome.
Yeah, but you got to be jamming up your arteries, though.
You know what's crazy? I just had like all of my like blood levels tested because of like, you know, my doctor wanted it because I was losing weight, and apparently like my levels look better than they've ever been.
Okay, real quick, Anthony. Virginia had number 17 first. Wait, did you say 17 or 19? 19. So I'm gonna go back and see where 19 was because I thought I saw it.
Passports and pizza pies at 19.
Okay, was it before James or after James?
Before James.
All right, James, it was before you, so you have to change your 19. And the mini Anthony. Yep, I see it. All right, go ahead and stop. And it looks like
It's 17 again.
if you have this duplicate number, you have to change it. Oh, yeah, Virginia, that's what she had. She already had 17 before that. So, yeah, she's
Southern
good.
Vintage Picker had it before.
Yeah, I see that. So you need to change your number too as well, Virginia, because Southern Vintage Picker had it first.
Oh, Patrick.
So
I'm gonna have to try that, Mike. That sounds good, man.
Put another number in the chat, please.
Can you have Oreos on keto?
I don't know.
I mean, you probably get like a keto kind of Oreo. I buy this. I'm trying to think what the name of the company is offhand, but
Anthony, there's no kind of Oreo, Anthony.
Yeah,
it's an Oreo.
But I buy this thing. It's kind of like an ice cream sandwich with like 2 chocolate cookies with like mint chocolate chip ice cream in the middle. But I mean, obviously, it's not like real. It's like keto stuff, but it's only
it's like a frozen reverse moon pie.
It's awesome. Yeah, it is awesome.
I'm looking at the chat right now, and it looks like Southern Vintage Picker came in before you on the 17. So I need you to change your number.
She's got to go to live chat to see it.
Yeah, you have to go to live. Make sure you're in live chat, not top chat, please.
Bacon Oreos. Oof.
That does sound good.
I just need Virginia to change her number because she was no Virginia. Yeah, Perfecting Pearls was in there first with the number. So I just need you to change your number, Virginia.
Pam and Perfecting both have 13. Did they change it?
Yeah, you have to make sure you're in your live chat, not top chat, for you to see the numbers as we see it. I'm going.
It's the same thing that happens in auctions, Virginia.
Yeah, I know.
It's YouTube. It's a little goofy.
Yeah, Virginia was at 10:05.
I got 4 people between Southern Vintage and her.
Wait, how far did I? Oh, I know what I did. All right, let's see here. I gotta go up some more.
Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? So you get to eat meat and bacon?
Virginia had it at 10:02. But Southern Vintage Picker also had it at 10:02, but she came in first in my chat. I have to go with what shows up on my side. You will always see yours first on your side, and if you're in live chat, you will always see yours before whoever else might have been, if it's at the same time. Yeah, both came in at 10:02, but she came in before on this side. So I just need you to change your number, Virginia, please.
Several timestamps.
Yeah, they both were at 10:02, but she came in before. So that's
19 people came in at 10:02, though.
Right, exactly. Right. All right, so let me go to the person who has it closest without going over, because I do not see the exact number.
How in the world don't you have the number?
Let me find it first.
What's it going to be, 36, because I picked 16?
No. I just got to get to the number first. Right here. I don't know who this is, but they're new in the chat, and that number that I had picked for this round was number 8.
Ooh.
For round 2. So that means you are the winner. Now, I know this is your first time in this chat. I have not seen you before. Here's the prize form I do need you to fill out. And that's the only place how I know how to send your package to, because it's coming from someone else who's given these away. So that would be, what was the name again?
Rhodes and Birdie?
Yeah. Let me write this down so I don't forget.
In another thunderstorm. Oh, crap. Sorry.
All right, now the third one. Rosies and birdies. Yes, you won. All right, now, let me go back here. We're going to do the third one because she's giving away 3 packs of these. And I'm only doing this for her because she asked. Link. Drop your link for me. Turtle Trader. There you go. All right, when you see the word go again, 1 through 40, make sure you do not repeat the person, and I'll let you know if you need to change it. And this is for Sandra giving these away.
Pam, go below 40.
No, over 40. 1 through 40. 1 through 40.
Hey, Pittsburgh, the zero's not a number.
It's like a thing that Deafness 45 always does. It's like participating, but hoping somebody else wins at the same time.
I've seen that before.
Playing but not playing. I got you.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm glad I didn't sell the RJ Barrett card I bought from you. It's doubled in price.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
That's
really nobody knew he was going to get his head out of his tuchus from last year, and he has.
Heck yeah. Yeah, he's been having a heck of a year.
Look at how many years 4 teams completely didn't use Randall the proper way.
Yep.
That's a stud.
Yep. Absolutely.
His card.
Yeah,
who would have thought the Knicks would be a playoff team? My goodness.
They're a dangerous playoff team right now.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and highlight the winner before I show the number. It was 16. The third one was 16, and that goes to Kevin, Never Ending Saga.
I just broke a streak of 0 for 42 raffles that I used the number 16.
So those are the winners, and these are going to you. I already have information. The only one I needed on now would be the roads and birdies.
Who won the first one?
Form. Huh?
Who won the first one?
James amputee.
Who? James,
the amputee. James from Mexico.
All right, send the other pack to his granddaughter too.
Okay.
This way, she saves on the shipping as well.
So, James, fill out the form for me where you want to send to where your granddaughter lives, please.
I'm so dirty the COVID can't get me.
Here's the form again. I do need y'all to fill it out, so I'll have the information so we know where to send your package to. And so both of these are going to James's granddaughter.
Yeah, James, I'm going to send you an RJ Barrett and a Dogecoin package. It's only going to cost you $20,000 now. You could have got it for $100 2 months ago.
And I'll forward that information to. I did. Okay, thank you, James. And I'll take care of that and send that to Sandra so she can mail out your winnings. Congratulations. All right. So, anybody has any questions for Anthony? More than welcome to ask.
I want to know what he's eating besides bacon.
I mean, honestly, a little bit of everything meat-wise for the most part. I try to stick to the greener vegetables because it seems like the ones that aren't green have carbs outside of like.
Yeah, and I can't have the greener vegetables right now. They knocked out kale, asparagus because of medication I'm on. There's a lot of green vegetables I cannot have. Yeah, I'll stick with the Oreo diet.
The hard part for me is snacks. You know what I mean? Because I love potato chips and stuff like that. I can just grab, lay down on the couch, and crush an entire bag while mindlessly.
People don't realize how much they love potato chips until they have to go without them.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the hard part. Like right now for snacks and stuff. Like honestly, I've been eating pickles a lot. Like I love pickles. Like dill pickles. I've been eating those as like snacks. A lot of blueberries.
I make them.
Oh, you make them? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hello, Virginia. She says, "How is Mama from Hip Flippin' Mama?"
I haven't talked to her today. She was feeling ill yesterday. She had a bad headache and really upset stomach. I know that she did get some rest, so I'm hoping that helped her out.
So overall, is this a good year for you in the business so far?
In reselling, yeah, it's a great year.
Good.
Yeah. The nice thing about it, like for me, is I'm essentially doing the same type of money I was, but I'm doing a lot less work now. Like even like the quality of like my YouTube channel has gotten better because I'm able to put more time into it. because I can sell like 8 graded cards for the price of like 40 random little things I get from a thrift store. You know what I mean? So it's like it's
go to
good
bed before midnight too.
Ways.
You and Nate look tired when you had your morning show, man. You could tell you guys are just hustling. And you do it in less amount of time. Listen, the number one thing that's going to ruin a business is unapplied labor. And people don't realize that even their own unapplied labor is going to affect all your work. It's going to affect your mindset. Not everyone could be militant. Like Johnny's got a schedule.
Yeah.
I think if he's got to get like a basket of cash to change that schedule.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be that diligent. That's his way of life and the way he does it.
Yeah.
But unapplied labor will kill you.
Yeah. Sandra wants to know, can you even have dairy, Anthony?
I believe you can have certain stuff. Like I eat a lot of cheese. Cheese is low in carbs. I eat a ton of cheese. Like I'll get like the like cube cheese. I'll get like the string cheese, all kinds of different stuff. One thing I really like to do is they make these low carb wraps that are, I can't even remember how many net carbs are in them, but I'll use those to make things too. So like I'll actually make pizzas out of them. Like,
they're sick. I get them.
Fiber, high in protein.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that's what I use every morning when I do my protein wrap in the morning.
I think it says like Carb Smart on them or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, they're between 6 and 9. I get all 5 flavors every week.
So like I'll make like little pizzas like this. Like you can either put them in the oven or you can just put them on a pan, and I'll put like some sauce down, some cheese, whatever toppings and stuff I want. I know I did one like.
Good morning, Dina.
You can get like creative with it, and it's literally just a low carb wrap, and you just turn it into whatever you want.
I love
that's what made it for me is being able to just get creative because it gets.
Can you have eggs?
Yeah, you can eat all the eggs you want. Bacon and eggs is like pretty much my breakfast every single morning.
So I gotta find a substitute for green vegetables, but I'll have to. I'm sticking with squash. I've become it's odd. I always liked squash, but now I've become addicted to it. Like I gotten to the point where you sometimes John will tell you make squash and it's like whatever, it's squash, it's an additive, but then when you got to concentrate on it, squash is really good when you cook it right, man. It's super good.
I don't know if you saw my video. I think I put it out. If not, I'm gonna have to put it out. It has to do with a butternut squash instead of sweet potato yams.
Yeah, I'll have to go look at that. So yeah, I don't believe it or not. I'm the only person I think in the world that can't stand yams.
Yeah, well, I love yams, but I've been changing my way of how I'm been cooking lately, and because of yams are good and they are high in fiber. But I went to using squash now, butternut squash or long neck squash. Talk about a better flavor. Cinco de Mayo today, yes. Cheers to you from the dark side.
So hold on, Dina. How did Chandra keep you up late? What you didn't notify certain people?
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to take it that way now. I'm gonna troll you now.
I missed something somewhere. Jennifer has loose weight. Yeah, and it's a work in progress, even with losing weight. Yeah.
So.
It took me a year and a half to lose 79.5 pounds, and then the rest of my goal, I'm like just every day still struggling to get there.
Oh, I see the big difference in him from the meet up to now.
Yeah.
What was that, October?
Yeah.
From October to now, you see a huge difference.
Yeah, I actually just started the diet, I think, on January 2nd. So
oh, wow.
I was still eating like a pig all the way throughout the holidays.
And your sleep has gotten better.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot getting better. I mean, my pain levels are still weird, but I think it's because my body's changing. So, I mean, the doctor says it should get better, but I don't know.
Yeah. And your body is just going into a shock until you get back into the routine of what you're doing. Yeah. Because I found when I first started losing weight, I was going crazy. I wanted, but it's to stop eating that kind of stuff. That was making me keep gaining weight. And so you just have to put the brakes on it and try something different and see what works.
There's so many girls, Dino. I got to pick 1 or 2 on a daily basis. It's hard.
And for me, I don't even look at it as a diet anymore. It's just a way of changing my eating habits.
Yeah, that's exactly. I've done that a few times, Nikki. Like I've lost, 80 pounds, 90 pounds, like 2-3 times in my life. And then, something happens and I just like give up. Like,
right.
Sorry, Sean.
Normally the way I do it is like if I screw up one meal, it's like I screwed up today. I'm gonna have fun. I'll binge, and then I wake up the next day and it's like I had fun yesterday, and this week's kind of shot already. So I just go through like a couple
Complete
year
denial.
And
you know what? I'll start on the third because everyone starts on the first and you fail on the first. I'm gonna start on the third. When your friend comes over on Sunday and you order in 75 chicken wings, you're like, all right, well then it's chicken. Chandra, the ranch dressing is foul. Sorry.
That's a good call. Yeah, I think I might actually start listing some of them.
Let's see, everybody's just commenting on different things that they do. And the same thing with diets. I mean, a lot of people use, I don't call it a diet anymore. Sometimes you have to do what you have to, but the more you change your eating habits, the more it gets easier for you. And some people have to do it. And some people can't have certain vegetables and stuff like that, but it's all of what you can do to help yourself.
Yeah, Sean, just send them your ranch dressing too. Stop eating that garbage. Ugh. Something about ranch dressing. Ugh.
Don't forget to put your links in the chat if you have anything special coming up. Also, if you have your special events or you have a live or anything like that, go ahead and put it in the chat so everybody can check to make sure they're not only subscribed to you, but they can put the notifications on their side so they can see you, and also make sure you hit the notifications.
Hey, Patrick, Johnny said that you guys discussed it, and that's great, but my payment's held up on my card saying that your eBay won't accept it. So it's still in my open, which I don't care. I can say it for everyone. I'll make sure. Just make sure you got paid. You should have got paid immediately or else the sale wouldn't have went through.
Right.
But it's still saying it's, when you call up and it says you got pending.
Right.
I got a pending charge of X amount.
Oh, you know why? Probably once he's got to go in there and say it was shipped.
Oh, it's your fault, Patrick.
Yeah, maybe because if that's the case and it's holding a pending payment, it won't go through until the on his side that it says it's been shipped.
Oh, ship it, Patrick, so you can get paid. You big dummy.
That might be why. Even though it's not an actual physical item being shipped, he still just needs to go in and say it's been shipped. He said, I did. Okay.
Patrick, if you want to get paid, you're going to have to go in and ship it out to me.
Hello, Kelly. Good morning. Hello and welcome. I'm supposed to be doing a low sodium diet someday or better than others. Yeah. I don't even cook with salt anymore. That's one of the things I took out completely. But Patrick said he'll check.
There really is no need for salt, period.
No.
Virginia was asking for some recipes. Honestly, I don't have any special recipes. I just use like regular things, and I take stuff that is carby and I either just subtract it out of the recipe or I just put something like low carb in its place.
Well, I know what your recipe is. Drive to the market, pick up the package, place it gently in your wagon, proceed to the checkout, go home, open it, and eat it.
Absolutely.
Ranch dressing on French fries? What?
Oh, God.
I can put ranch on almost anything. Ranch is decent to eat on a low carb diet too, because with keto, like it's good to have a lot of fat because it helps you get in ketosis for some reason.
Ranch is for people who aren't brave enough to eat blue cheese, period.
Well, let me ask you this. Being that you're saying you're eating a lot of bacon, is there a limit of what you're eating as far as that's concerned?
Not really. I mean, the thing I like about the keto is like I don't really have to limit myself. That's kind of why I stuck with that one because like if I'm not hungry, I just keep eating. You know what I mean? So I just try to stick with things that are really low carb and I'll just eat the heck out of them. Like if I'm like wanting a snack, that's why I'll grab pickles because there's no carbs in them. You know what I mean? So I can sit there and crush like 3 big pickles and it not even be a problem, you know?
Right.
So you could eat a pound of pickles and it's just delicious and it gives you, and you gain 0 ounces. It's 90% water.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the whatchamacallit, the roughage helps you out as well.
It does.
Patrick, just let me know that you got paid so I can call my bank and say take it off of pending. Sorry you've been running around smelling dirty feet, Dina.
Yeah, really.
I don't know how you put those two together.
Essential, yeah. I definitely changed my habit as far as I'm not. I mean, like in the morning, my biggest to go to is those wraps you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I use them with a banana and a peanut butter. And instead of using any kind of bread, if I'm having something, instead of like say a burger, instead of me having the bun, I use the wrap.
Okay.
For me, I made those changes, and that's all. I don't. If I buy any bread, it's very little. And I don't buy like a big loaf of it. I buy the little smaller size loaves, so I don't have a lot of it.
You got to eat the whole package of the wrap for it to equal 2 slices of bread. That's how much no good bread is.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I enjoy the wraps because to me it's filling, and I'm good for the. And again, I do snack now instead of like on chips. I'll go to nuts or like unsalted nuts, and then I'll do pistachios and things like that in moderation. And that's just one of the things. When you start changing, you have to do it slowly instead of it all at one time.
That's my problem with nuts.
Sarah Lee actually just came out with a keto bread too.
Keto bread?
Yeah, by Sarah Lee. It's like 45 calories, and I think it's only like 6 net carbs. So I've been getting that and actually like eating sandwiches and like toast again, and it's been like amazing.
And then I also do a protein shake, and what I mainly use is spinach. And I also use like all my berries that I keep in the freezer. I'll buy them fresh, wash them off, and put them in a freezer bag and put them in the freezer. And then I use that to make my shakes. That way I don't have to use ice.
The frozen berries are wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool, Kelly.
They come out frozen tasting better than they do before they're frozen. I don't understand it.
I can't seem to lose weight no matter what I do. And then and again, it could be a medical thing you may not know about. They make cheese sandwich wraps now. Game changer. A lot of the cheese, like string cheese, is a good thing too. We went to a dietitian, and the way they were saying that is if you have, for example, a biscuit. So you have a little small regular sized biscuit. You need to make sure, like for Robert, he eats yogurt to go with it. Like it's either blueberry or strawberry or something with berries in it. And then again, that would string cheese of some kind, and it balances it out for you. So there's a combination of things you have to try. See what works best for you. Aldi's has a keto bread. Never heard of it.
Oh, they just glued together wood chips.
Wood chips.
Yummy.
That's why I don't call it a diet anymore. It's just more of a way of changing of what I eat and how I eat.
What was the term I saw 2 days ago? Oh, adult maintenance. I was like, what? Yeah, they said diet isn't the proper terminology anymore. It's something like blah, 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 adult maintenance. I'm like, maintenance? Really? I mean, come on. It's a diet.
Well, everyone, is getting to that time. I don't want to take too much of Anthony's time. Again, I want to thank you for coming on and being part of the morning show. And again, it's been an honor because, again, you were one of the first. You, Mama, and Nate were my first 3 guests on the very first show I ever did live. And so I'm glad you were able to come in so far. And you lost 77 pounds so far. That is awesome. Yeah. And it shows. It's showing.
Thank you.
And so, again, if anybody has any final questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. And the reason I'm saying that is because I do see the numbers dwindling down, and so I don't want to be taking too much of Anthony's time. I'm sure he's been keeping busy with other things. I like fruit smoothies with great Greek yogurt.
Yeah, I've enjoyed being here, though, Johnny. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on.
And again, if you have not subscribed to him and it's not in the chat, it is in the description bar below. I did put it in at the beginning of the show, so that way you can get his information and subscribe to him if you haven't checked that out. So go and let everybody know what you have going on, Anthony, on your channel. And also with your partner in crime, Nate.
Sure, absolutely. So over on my channel, there will be a vlog today from a local card shop in the Pittsburgh area. And I'm going to put something out pretty much every single day. You know, I do 7 days a week. Typically in the afternoon sometime you'll see a premiere. And then on the weekends, typically on Saturdays, we do a live Q&A show. And then we'll also do like interview shows, kind of like this one was. And then we do live sports card auctions every single Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And sometime this week, probably on social media. So if you guys follow me over there, I'm going to be selling this entire box of cards for like $1 and $2 a piece. Huge fire sale of like really good stuff. So if anyone's interested in getting some cards, that's going up this week.
They're all stars and they're all graded for $1, right?
No, they're all raw, but they're all like either young players or like
no, I'm kidding. I'm just going by what some irrational people expect.
You know, I actually do have a box of like pretty much all graded ones too. If somebody's interested in that.
Yeah, they need to get the new Amex card for that one. That's your 401k.
I'm getting your link again for the chat. Let me get it right here real quick. It's in the description bar, but I want to make sure I put it in the chat. Here's Anthony's link to his channel. If you haven't caught it in the chat or if you haven't checked it out in the description bar, there you go. There's his link so that you can go and check out his channel. Like I said, I've been watching Nate and Anthony when I first started watching YouTube back 2 years ago. It'd be 2 years in June. And y'all were doing the morning show. I think at the time when I first started, you were actually doing the morning show with y'all and Tommy to Bargain Effect.
Yep.
And then you went on your own, and then so I've been watching y'all since then. And y'all were very still new at that time.
Yeah, they were the first morning show I watched as well. I would wake up and they'd be a 10-minute warning. I'm like, oh, this is working out very well.
Yep. Yeah, I watched a lot of the things that they were doing, and it kind of gave me an idea when I went to start doing lives, and it was great. So yeah. Also, there's the link for the Holla Dollar Money in Motion as I start promoting things that I got going on for the week. Don't forget, tomorrow, Pammy and Wendy will be balloting it out for the title. If Pammy keeps the title championship, or will Wendy take it from her and win the title? There's the link to watch the channel of how the Holla Dollar works. We are doing continuation of bracket number 1, and then we'll start filling out bracket number 2. So if you haven't checked out the how-to as far as how the actual Holla Dollar works, there's the link. Check it out. Let me put it in the chat first. I think that would help. Or did I put it in already? Yeah, I did. I put it in. Also, I did put out the link for the new merch for the women's T-shirts. That is more like a unisex, but more towards women. That they were asking me to do, so I did put that in there for that. If you have not checked out the YouTube, eBay/YouTube Facebook page, and you want to join it, it is free for you to join. You're more than welcome to drop links for events you have coming up, and there's the link for that. You're more than welcome to, and it's open to the public. But I do have the right to delete or change anyone who may list something in particular.
Double shot.
And then I'll go ahead and put in I do have in the description bar, by the way, because everybody asked me to change it. So I do have buy me a moon pie instead of buy me a coffee. That is there as well. And as the new merch is in the link tree, I did add that there as well.
Where's Anthony's link? I just realized I'm not getting notifications from him.
You have to make sure you had the notifications for that for all.
Yeah,
I just dropped one for you.
Yeah.
Would you mind?
Oh,
this happens so often.
Yeah, I believe alcohol is a go on keto. I mean, at least most of it. I mean, I'm sure there'd be some that's carby, but yeah, you can definitely partake of certain alcohols.
You need that link again, Kevin?
No, I got it. I'm sub, so I got to unsubscribe.
Oh, yeah, that sometimes happens too, where you have to unsubscribe and resubscribe so you can get notifications, yeah. So definitely put your links in the chat, and I want to thank each and everybody for coming in. Always make sure you check him out, because he does his lives on the weekends. And again, if anybody wants to come in after the show ends, once I start doing the actual exiting for the exit video part that I do, you're more than welcome to come in and talk behind the scenes with us. And until the next time we meet again, as I always say before we end each and every show, love always. Love is always free. Please be kind to one another until we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous evening. And until we meet again later, and we'll talk a little bit more after the show.
What spirits are going to